What is going on, everybody? It's Frenchie Powell with Permaculture Northeast, bringing you guys a video from California's Central Valley, here beneath the banana patch, on the effect of landscaping fabric. And so I spent a good deal of my morning actually tearing out landscaping fabric, and I came across something that I really feel you guys need to see in case you're thinking of adding landscape fabric to your garden, or if you already have some in the ground, what you should do with it. So let's take a look at the soil and see what we're working with. Alright, so we're here beneath these bananas looking at a rich level of organic material, and the person here at this house used red mulch, and so we've got a reddish organic matter soil with some wood lice. I see a little centipede running around in there. And then sand as a base substrate. And so this is kind of an ideal soil. It's workable. It's, something I would want to put plants in. It's got a good amount of dead weeds, sticks, leaves, all sorts of organic matter. Now, as we move out of the bananas, we come to where he had landscape fabric. And it is night and day difference. You can even see the old lines of where the fabric was folded over on itself. And this stuff is like a sand clay crete, almost. I can't dig into it with my fingers. I would need a trowel just to break it up into chunks. And all of the organic matter from years of adding organic material only stayed on the surface. And this is not the first time that I have had the horror of landscape fabric terrify a garden. And that's what it does, you put in this plastic, debris, this plastic pollution into your garden, and not only is it adding whatever plastic would add to your garden, but it's working as a wall that then seals off worms from being able to come up from the subsoil and taking organic matter down into the subsoil. And so it kind of really segregates your decomposition layer from the rest of your soil. And it doesn't really stop weeds. That's the biggest argument, It's the biggest argument that if you get landscaping fabric, it's going to stop your weeds. Well, maybe it hinders them for like a year or half a year or something like that, but half the time I was pulling out this landscaping fabric, I was pulling the weeds right out of the landscaping fabric. And if you've done that, you know what I'm talking about, where you'll get these runner grasses that come up like a needle through the landscaping fabric. Their roots penetrate, and either weeds will grow on top of the fabric and reach their roots down, or some grasses and weeds will come up through the landscaping fabric and just make your life a hassle and a mess. So, best advice, just lay down, if you want to get rid of weeds, lay down a thick layer of organic mulch of some sort, and that'll suppress your weed growth. Any weeds that come up through as your soil gets softer beneath it, they'll be easy to pull up. The seeds at the bottom won't germinate, they don't have the light, and any seeds that land on top are going to have a really difficult time finding soil, and so they're not going to germinate either. You can use hay, you can use straw, you can use wood chip mulch, is one of my favorites, especially if you're working with perennials. It produces a nice fungally dominated soil, and it's just a lot better to work with than having to, down the road, tear out all this landscaping fabric to find that you haven't built any soil over the years. So that's my tip, guys. Thanks for checking out this video. Subscribe if you haven't already to our channel for more gardening and sustainable living hints. This has been Frenchie, out.